Moving on now to 6b, you can see we should be labelling the start and the finish. Now this looks a bit more complex, but if we take our time, remain calm about things, it should work. Remember, the earliest start time is the first thing we work on. Well, there's no choices with these first two. Now I've got a junction choice for E. That the earliest I could finish that, there's an 18 option and a 14. I've got to go the 18. So that in turn makes this bottom junction 21. I'll better get back to the top one. The earliest that can start is 12. So I've got everything right to the junction of J and I. Now I is 9, that would be 21. That's 34. Obviously the 34 wins out. Next step, I've got a 48 for that lower junction, only option there, and 46 minimum earliest start time for K, for M rather, is 46. So 56 or 55. Should just check that. It should be 50, sorry. 50, and that makes that 57. Now I think I now have the critical path. So A, E, H, J, L, and N, 57, will be the critical path. Mark that in. Write it down along with the time. So I've forward scanned, or used the process of forward scanning to find the critical path. That's A, E, H, J, L, and N. And minimum project completion time. That's going to equal 57 days or units or whatever. The next step, I backtrack. So the latest finishing time, 57, 50. Always the same, the earliest start time for N, the latest finishing time for L, before the project balloons out. I go 21 here, 18, 6, and 0. Always starting from 0, 0. You'll notice here I've got some gaps. So if I go 57, take 10, that will tell me 47. So in other words, I can finish activity K and have a day in lieu in order before the critical path is affected. In this instance, I've got 34, take 9, which is 25. And back here, a choice, 21 take 6 is 15, or 18 take 6, which is 12. I go the 12. So I always choose the smaller of the two options. So what that tells me is activity G could be delayed, or even activity F could be delayed before the critical path becomes affected. These are called float times. So you can see here, there's a bit of give time for the completion of C before it could impact upon the critical path. We'll look at that soon.